Okay, we're back at the John Deere. Been asked why there's two tanks. This smaller red one is a 1 gallon gasoline tank, and the bigger one was about 15 or 18 gallons, and it held kerosene or diesel fuel or tractor fuel or whatever, and it had a switch here on the front, and it says F, G, and off. Off, of course, is off. G was gasoline and F was fuel oil, or the tractor fuel. And what you did is you started it on the gasoline and you drained the carburetor, of any diesel or tractor fuel. Then you shut your shutters off and you waited until your temperature got up, and then you could turn it over onto your tractor fuel. Had a three-way switch down here. It was quite a unique idea, but tractor fuel was slightly cheaper than gasoline, and back in the 30s and 40s, every penny counted. Okay, we're going to put some gas in this. If you haven't seen this yet, and you don't have one in your gas can, you can just drill a hole and screw it in there. And what this is you can buy them where you buy patches and Schrader valves and valve caps and stuff like that. And what this is a heavy-duty valve stem, and you just take the valve, the Schrader, out of it, and you have a cap, and you screw it into your tank or your gas can, and it acts as a vent, and you're able to drain the gas out considerably faster. So we need to put some fuel in this. And you can, with one of those, you can drain a 5-gallon can pretty quickly. And you save a little for my lawnmowers because I'm not going very far. Okay, we're going to put some gas in this, and then one more thing I need to do too. I'm going to show you how to adjust your linkage to your carburetor and your governor. I found out, got my book and looked. Where's my toy's missing? Okay, I have to get to it. But anyways, there's a way how to adjust this from your governor to your carburetor so you don't over rev your engine, and I'll show you how. Found it. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a lot. Plenty for a test ride. Okay, I'm working with limited light here, so bear with me. First thing you do is you disconnect your throttle linkage from your carburetor, and there's your cotter pin. You can have a new cotter pin. It's a good idea. Okay, and then what you do is you crack your throttle wide open. Okay, as far as she'll go. Okay, and then what you do is you crack your throttle wide open also. Remember, there's a little stop right there. Okay, and where you want to be is you want to be half a hole from the widest part. So I need to unscrew this a little bit and move it towards the front of the tractor. Do you see that? Or what I could do is I could screw the throttle stop in so it's not so far. I could screw the throttle stop in so it's not so far, and it would probably work. And I could see, because you got a lot of travel there, about right there. That would work. I'm still going to be off, so I need to take and move my cable in, or my rod out rather, towards the front, and that would be this adjustment down here, right underneath there. And I need to screw in my throttle stop. And yes, that does work because I took that bolt out and freed it up. Okay, my throttle is wide open, and that's not really going to make much of a difference because it's only going to pull it so far. The spring here is going to only allow it to come back. It only comes back so far. So I loosened up the nut underneath there. You can't see it, but I did. And here's our deal. And this is wide open, and we are almost a ½ inch out. In fact, I'm going to turn this in one more turn, and we should be about one half hole out. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so we should be good. So I can tighten this bolt up underneath there that goes to the governor, the rod that goes to the governor. I can tighten that up now, and I can set everything back and put my rod through the carburetor, and it should be correct. So, throttle all the way open, disconnected from the carburetor, carburetor butterfly all the way open. You should be one half of a rod too small. Like the rod has to go in, and the rod's over here, and the hole's over here, and you're one half of a rod length. So that's how you set that. That's how the book said. So there you go. Let's give it a shot and see what happens.
Well, it performed about as well as expected. No more ticky in the front, squeaky. When the throttle is opened, and this is how this works, you have to have the throttle wide open or open quite a way in order for the load to start working. The load does work. My brakes work, turns, so I fixed a lot of my problems. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed the ride, the 1945 Model B. Again, this was pulled out of a hayfield in McAllister. If you look at my other videos, it'll show you how decrepit it was. And with a little love, it runs again. Alright, have a good one.